Welcome to Kat Sarah Yoga. I'm Kat and this is Yogalates for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Today we will work on flexibility and strength for the hip as well as core strength, which is great training for this butterfly sweep into modified scarf hold. We need strength in rotating the hip outwards as well as core strength to bring the leg through and land in the finishing position. We're going to start on our sides today, so use the strength of your arms to lower yourself down onto your left-hand side. Make yourself into a really straight line, feet, hips, shoulders all aligned. Draw your tummy in and lift your pelvic floor. So it will take a little bit of core strength to balance here. The hips are stacked directly on top of each other. And imagine you've got space for a little mouse to run underneath your waistline. So even if there isn't physically space there, imagine that there was. This keeps your spine nicely aligned. Bend your bottom knee for a bit of balance and hover your top leg at hip height. You will really be using your core now. Drawing the tummy in, lifting the pelvic floor. Point your ankle, point the toes, and inhale as you extend your leg up, flex your foot, and exhale as you draw your leg back down into alignment with your hip. Point the ankle, point the toes, inhale up, flex the foot, exhale down. Keep going in time with your breath. We're going to do 10 repetitions here. As you inhale the leg up, pointing out through the toes, think more of extension than trying to get your leg really high. Then flexing the foot, so that really means flexing the ankle, curling the toes towards you, pushing out through the heel as you draw that leg back down on the exhalation into alignment with the hip. Point the ankle, inhale up. Flex the ankle, exhale the leg back down. This is really going to be working on your outer hip strength. I'm sure you can feel it. Keep breathing. Making this the last round, relax your legs and give your top hip a nice big rub. Bend your knees and have your feet aligned with your bottom. The hips stay stacked so your legs are like a clam shape. Inhale and exhale as you open the knees like a clam. Inhale the knees back together. So exhale, knees apart, and inhale together. Your core strength is working to stop that top hip rocking back. Remember to suck the tummy in and lift the pelvic floor. Keep imagining that there's space for a little mouse to run under the midline of your body. Making sure that top hip doesn't rock back really ensures that you're engaging the muscles of the outer hip. And these are the ones that we want to really build strength for external rotation of the hip. And we're also going to be building a little bit of flexibility here too. Last one, and then give your hip a nice rub. Take some nice deep breaths. Imagine breathing into your hip. It's just been working really hard. Use the strength of your arms to come up onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, long and lengthened spine. Imagine that you have a light on your chest and at the moment you're beaming it straight down at the earth. Inhale as you shine your light forward in front of you, turning your tailbone up. Exhale as you round your spine. Relax the neck, let the head hang down. So inhale, shine the chest through to up cat, really roll your shoulders down your back. And exhale, round your spine into round cat, relaxing your neck, head hanging down. One more round like this. Exhaling, rounding, and inhale into your flat cat position. Curl your toes under and exhale, send your bottom up and back into the air, pushing the mat away with your hands. Drop alternate heels, so you're paddling the feet, bending alternate knees. Then, grounding into your left foot, raise your right leg up off the mat. Bend at your right knee and circle from the hip. So it doesn't matter which way you start. Let your breath flow, stay strong through your core, drawing tummy in. This is a challenging position. It's going to really work on your hip strength and flexibility and your full body strength. Keep pushing the floor away from you and try to be a straight line from hands to tailbone. So if you need to bend through your supporting leg, that will help you raise your tailbone and your sit bones more towards the sky. Bring your foot down and then come gently to hands and knees. Relax your bottom down into child pose, bottom on the heels, belly on the thighs. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, send your bottom up and back into downward facing dog again, raising your right leg again, bending the right knee, and this time circling the other way. Circling from the hip and letting your breath flow. Keep having a sense of tummy sucking in, pelvic floor lifted, neck relaxed, and your arms are really active. You're pushing your hands into the floor as if you could reach deep into the floor. Keep pointing your tailbone up and back. I know this is challenging. It's okay to bend the supporting knee to help point the tailbone up and back and so that your tailbone doesn't tuck under. We've got a little bit more challenge coming up. Make this the last one. Straighten out your leg. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, send your right leg underneath your left armpit as you bring your weight forward, shoulders stacking over the hand, left arm reaching up. Inhale as you ground the left hand and send your right leg up behind you again. Repeating, exhale, sending the right leg under the armpit as the left arm reaches up. Right shoulder stacks over right hand. Inhale, sending your leg back, grounding the left hand back into the one-legged dog. Repeating a few more times. This is so strong for your core. Making this the last round, sending that right leg up again, bending the right knee, bringing the right foot towards the left buttock and opening your hips to the right. Breathe deeply into your hips, feeling a lovely stretch across the front of the hips. Think of both thighs rolling out in external spirals of rotation. Straighten out your right leg again, place it gently down on the floor. Inhale, hands and knees, and exhale, sink your bottom down onto your heels, relax in child pose. Enjoy being here for a few rounds of breath, softening your belly, breathing deeply into your lower back and working your tailbone down towards the heels. Just visualizing any tension melting away. Relaxed face and jaw, relaxing your forehead towards the mat. Last deep breath here, then sucking your tummy in towards the spine and slowly rolling up to sitting. Come down to lie on your right hand side, making yourself into a nice straight line, sucking your tummy in and lifting your pelvic floor. Imagine space for a little mouse to run underneath your waistline. Bring your top hand to your hip and bend your bottom knee for a bit of balance. Point your toes and inhale as you float your top leg up, flex your foot and exhale, bring that leg down into alignment with the hip. Continue with the breath. Point the ankle, point the toes, inhale up. Flex the foot, flex the ankle, exhale down. Keep your tummy sucked in and pelvic floor lifted. As you float your leg up, think more of extension than getting lots of height and point out through the toes. Then as you flex your foot and bring your leg back into alignment with the hip, think of really pushing energy out through the sole of the foot. The leg is engaged. You're also working your ankle here as well as your hip. So this is also great for the flexibility and strength of the ankle. Make that the last round. Give your hip a rub as you rest the top leg down. Bend your knees a bit more, bringing your feet aligned with your bottom. The hips stay stacked, ready for our Pilates exercise, clams. Suck the tummy and lift the pelvic floor, inhale. And exhale as you separate the knees like a clamshell opening. Inhale the knees back together. Continue with the breath. Exhale, open the top knee up. Inhale down. Making sure that your top hip doesn't rock back but stays aligned and stacked over the bottom hip will really help to work the outer hip muscles even more. Your core is working as well to stabilize the pelvis, and make sure you remember to imagine there's space for a little mouse to run underneath your waistline. So you're drawing the waist in, making sure the spine's staying aligned and not sagging into the mat. Make that the last round. Give your top hip a rub and a nice little massage. Use the strength of your arms to push up to sitting, then come to hands and knees, aligning hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, shine your chest through to up cat, and exhale, round into down cat. Inhaling up cat, accentuating the curve of the lower back as you point your tailbone up, and exhaling into round cat as you round the spine, relax your neck, let your head hang down. Inhale, flatten your back into flat cat, curl your toes under, and exhale, send your bottom up and back into downward facing dog. Paddling out through your feet a few times, dropping alternate heels, then come to stillness. Raising your left leg up, bend at your knee, and circle from the hip. Flow with your breath. Keep maintaining the downward dog shape, pushing your hands into the floor, stretching your tailbone up and back, feeling your tummy drawing in towards the spine. And keep going. I know this is challenging, working all the muscles around the hip. Place your foot back down. Slowly come to hands and knees and exhale into child pose. Bottom working down towards the heels. Inhale back to hands and knees, curl your toes under and exhale your bottom in the air into downward dog. Stretching left leg up again, bending at the knee. And this time circling from the hip in the other direction. Keep the movement nice and controlled and make the size of the circle appropriate to you. Nice, relaxed face and jaw. Relaxed lips, teeth and tongue. Tummy strong, drawing in towards the spine. Pushing your tailbone up and back towards the line between the ceiling and the wall as you circle. Last round here, then straightening your leg up, take a nice breath in and exhale as you send your left leg underneath the right armpit, stretching the right arm up. Inhale, plant your right hand down, stretch your left leg up behind you, a one-legged dog. Continue with your breath with every exhalation, kicking that left leg through underneath the right armpit, nice and straight. Make sure your weight comes forward so that the left shoulder is stacked over the left hand as you raise the right arm up. Keep strong through the core, tummy drawn in, pelvic floor lifted. We use this kind of movement a lot in jiu-jitsu, so it's really good core and hip flexor strength training here. And then making this the last one, stretching your left leg up, bending at the knee, bringing your left foot towards the right buttock, opening your hips out to the left. Beautiful stretch across the front of the hips. Stretch your leg up and gently place the foot down. Slowly lower to hands and knees and rest down in child pose. Widen your knees, bringing your big toes together in hare pose for a few rounds of breath. Relaxing everything for a few moments. Deep breaths into the lower back. Stay here as long as you wish, and whenever you're ready, slowly come up to sitting. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.